right, y'all, welcome back to Come Arms channel. All right, so I think at one point or another, all of us have seen some video or something online about the Korean Navy SEALs because they just look pretty legit. Every time I see them, they always look very high speed as far as like their gear. They look fit. They're always doing like some pretty cool tactics, like whether it be maritime boarding or like knife fighting or something. But these guys are definitely the real deal. Now, today we're checking out I don't even know how old this is. I don't know when this happened, where it happened. There's not really a whole lot of context, but this is like a GoPro perspective of a ROK Navy SEAL or Republic of Korea Navy SEAL or underwater demolitions team recapturing a ship. So it looks like in this specific operation, they killed 8 pirates, injured another 5, and took 0 casualties on their end. And I gotta say, it's got a few different perspectives, and it is just very, very intense. So if you guys could provide some background as far as when this happened or where it happened, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, it's pretty intense stuff. Let's check it out. Okay, so it's 2011. I can't read, is it Hangul? They're written in Korean. Can't read it, but very early in the morning. Damn, and I gotta say, doing a maritime operation at night, it seems pretty freaking terrifying. So, I don't know if they're actually suppressing the ship itself already, which is kind of like sketch, because there are hostages involved in this specific operation. But I can't really see if they're just firing over the ship or if they're actually trying to... I mean, it looks like it's actually hitting... Oh, it's coming from a helicopter. I didn't even know that. Yeah, because you're seeing... Yeah, the ship... Okay, the ship is definitely eating, at least the tracers. It's eating quite a few of those. Damn, and just seeing the tracers bounce around everywhere. Sounds like he's got maybe like a saw. Like a 249 or something. Okay, so there's like stealthy, and then there's just like this. It's like, dude, we're coming for you. Just suppressing the entire time, too. They're within like the effective range of that weapon system. Okay, so maybe a little 30 minutes-ish has elapsed, a little more. Dude, is that spotlight coming from the helicopter or another ship? Okay, you can see the sun's starting to rise slowly, which is nice for them. Again, working around the water when it's like sort of like dark hours is kind of unnerving. I'm not the best swimmer, so, but I'm sure for these guys it's just another day, really. Okay, so looks like they have like a pole set up. I think I've seen that a couple of times, but for the most part it's usually like kind of like the Jacob's ladder kind of thing. So I'm not sure if they're actually being engaged now or if they're... No, yeah. Yeah, it sounds like someone's firing at them from somewhere. What was that? Okay, damn. That sun came up pretty quick. Are they... Okay, now they're making entry now. So I imagine they've probably cleared out some parts of the lower decks. Those guys are still securing like a foothold. Oh man, this perspective. I also kind of want to see what weapons they're rocking for this. Dude, just being back there and hearing everything kicking off. Okay, MP5. Saw that. Hell yeah. And 416 maybe? Some AR looking weapon. Dude, they're moving quick too. A lot of danger areas on a ship. So you kind of have to move a little slow just to try and cover like the majority of them. You're not really going to cover all of them. See, look at that, dude. Just layers and layers of threats. Oh, someone shooting from inside the room? Looked like I saw a muzzle flash. And the sound of the rounds just hitting like the steel of the ship. That's unnerving, man. I wonder what they're saying.
Okay.
6:30? Okay. Damn. They're doing that quick, actually. It's a lot quicker than I thought. From movement to like basically clear in what, just over an hour or something? Dude, look at all the bullet holes in that window. Okay, I'm not sure if those are the hostages or the pirates, but yeah, pretty. Why would they bring them there? I mean, I guess it makes sense to go at a higher level, so they have to clear up to you, but I mean, that's kind of where you would expect the pirates to be, I guess. If they're in communication, they probably need to be somewhere near the pilot house or the bridge. It's a jewelry shipping ship. So they're giving some more time hacks. Okay, so again, that was very quick, which again, just kind of goes to show like how well trained these guys are. But looking at a ship, again, there's just danger areas everywhere. Of course, you have the multiple decks, you have ladder wells everywhere, you have like little stuff here and there, like the ladder wells and like ropes or railings and stuff, just kind of like obscuring some of the view or masking some of the view. And again, you just have like some deep areas here and there. So ships are very chaotic when it comes to actually clearing them out. You can be super proficient when it comes to like room clearing or just general CQB. But again, a ship will just test your skills like significantly. You have these like long corridors here. Everything is all very like condensed. Like even trying to get through any of the hatches or like the doorways, there's not a whole lot of room. It's very easy to like snag your gear. It looks like for the most part they're pretty freaking streamlined. And this is back in 2011, so I mean the gear still looks pretty high speed. But at this point it's going to be a little dated. But again, so I'm not sure how many guys they're actually working with. Maybe like 8 to 10, which is pretty decent. So we saw that they actually used like the ladder to get up as opposed to using like, you know, a helicopter to fast rope in. I'm sure they have that capability. But in this situation, if they're actually going for the pilot house or like the bridge area, fast roping might present, you know, bigger targets. One for the helicopter because they have such a big kind of field of view. If you're talking about this, it's got a big field of view. So, you know, they can easily engage the helicopter. They can easily engage the guys while they're actually fast roping. And there wasn't really a whole lot of area to fast rope where you'd have any sort of cover. So it makes a lot of sense that they kind of went with the ship, the small boat as well. And again, when they start getting engaged and you start hearing bullets hitting steel, yeah, that's going to make your heart rate go up a little bit. But it's also early in the morning and the sun's like barely cresting over the horizon. So like everything, if you guys have noticed when the sun is like just setting, you know, it's kind of getting like dark, but it's not necessarily dark yet, or vice versa, when the sun's like kind of rising, everything just kind of gets like, it just loses depth, which you can kind of see a little bit here. You can't really see it so much on video, but everything is just so much harder to kind of like grasp as far as like distances and stuff. And when it comes to CQB, that's pretty important. So yeah, and I think also the sun is kind of in their face when they're looking this way. So not ideal conditions, but again, you just need people who are confident in their skills to kind of just do it in whatever kind of situation. And it's not quite like Call of Duty where it's just like raining a bunch and like the sea is going crazy and you have like shipping containers and boxes going all over the place. But again, like this is like realistic, not necessarily ideal conditions. Now I was lucky enough to do a lot of CQB or clearing on ships. There's one picture that I always like throw up, which is this one. So I have done a decent amount of kind of clearing on a ship or in like a ship environment. And again, it's just very tricky. It's very nerve-wracking. But I haven't done like the maritime aspect as far as actually hitting it from the small boats like we saw here. We've taken helicopters on and off the ship, but as far as like fast roping on or, you know, down onto like the flight deck or what have you, haven't done that. And again, it involves a lot of factors and it just makes it go from 0 to 100 really quick. As opposed to like general CQB where you're establishing like a cordon around the area. Kind of the same thing with a ship. If you have like a security boat, you can kind of set like a cordon to start engaging, you know, potential threats or get like an idea of what's happening on the ship. But again, once you get on the ship, there's no escaping. There's really not a whole lot of support to help you. So you need like really squared away guys like these teams specifically to be able to kind of handle themselves and understand what resources they have available to be able to get to those hostages, make sure that they're safe, and take down these pirates effectively, which we can see here. They killed 8 of them, wounded 5, and then, yeah, had 0 casualties on their end. Yeah, so long story short, if you're a pirate, make sure you're not doing it anywhere where the ROC underwater demolition team have jurisdiction, because it's probably not going to end up too well. But yeah, if you guys can provide a little more context, maybe translate some of the stuff, I'd appreciate it. I think it's just awesome in general to kind of see them working and getting stuff done. We get a good idea of kind of how they implement some tactics, the team size that they're working with, the equipment that they're working with, and also just the mission set that these guys are capable of. Because I understand it is like Navy SEAL sort of equivalent for the ROC Navy. But again, this kind of stuff is pretty interesting to see. The visit board, search and seizure stuff is always kind of unique. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any other examples of sort of real world operations from the ROC Navy SEALs, then I would like to check that out. So definitely recommend it down below, or you can recommend it down in the Discord. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I spent some time in Korea. Didn't get to train with these guys, unfortunately. Kind of just a little bit of the ROC Army here and there. But it was pretty cool. Korea's interesting culture. Their military is also very interesting, kind of how it shadows their normal civilian culture. But again, there is a conscription. But for these guys, it kind of says something where you have like a conscription military, and then you have people who are just like, you know, I'm going to have to serve anyway. I'm just going to dive right into it and, you know, go right into this Navy SEAL stuff, this direct action stuff. So it kind of goes to show the mindset of some of these guys who are signing up for this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. But that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next one.